Out of love and respect, I'm going to continue to shine a light on the biggest issue right now I have with MAGA, the Make America Great Again movement. And you look at somebody like Carrie Lake, I think Carrie Lake is everything I wanted Donald Trump to be. So she's pretty much perfect politically in that aspect, except when it comes to that country 7,000 miles away, Israel. She's Israel first. And I'm going after MAGA because it must be cleansed. That doesn't mean I am anti-Israel's government, but not anti-people. What it means is I'm America first. I'm against our own government. I don't think they act in righteous, just, liberty-focused ways. They are authoritarian. So if I can say that about Americans' government, why the hell is it so hard to say about Israel's? And I'm going to tell you in a second here one of the reasons why it is so baffling and it is so important for MAGA to get this right. But look at this. You can just watch it through John Fetterman. Here's a clip of John Fetterman's bum ass here, and he's a senator.
So just, it's like, we're not changing. So there might be more different people that you may want to protesting around. Okay.
No.
I've been very clear. Wait, very clear.
Senator, one question. Have you talked to any American?
I'm a Palestinian.
I'm going to respect your views. I ask you to respect mine.
That's not a.
It's the people. Okay.
That's an inhumane view.
Being pro-genocide is not a view.
I'm a Palestinian. Why can't you look me in the face?
I'm a military person. I'm an intelligence
I'm a
officer.
Palestinian.
Constituents. You have a right to I'm an intelligence officer. I demand to speak to him.
Tough guy who's always making fun of us, but he wouldn't even come out and speak to the Palestinians who are here, the veterans who are.
Okay, I don't care about neither one of y'all. None of y'all. Neither one of y'all get any type of love or respect from me, especially if you're not going to be America first. But you look at John Fetterman, there's MAGA people who are like, I like John Fetterman now. What? You can be a bum-looking, mouth-breathing Neanderthal who wears a helmet to brush your teeth, but as long as you rock the right star, you're untouchable. And you might even get you some MAGA support. Here's why it's really brutal. It's really ugly, really brutal. We saw reports here of what people are calling the flower tragedy over in the Middle East, where people were getting aid. These were Palestinians getting aid, and allegedly they were unlived. Allegedly it was by Israel.
What is now being called the Flower Massacre, Israel committed one of the most grotesque war crimes we have seen in the modern era, as they targeted people who was at an aid stop and murdered over 112 Gazans, injured hundreds more. How can anyone credibly claim that Israel is at war with Hamas? They are targeting the Palestinian people. Seeing how Israel is on trial for committing a genocide, you have Zionists who immediately came out and started lying about this massacre. And of course, these lying Zionist scum can't even keep their story straight. In full damage control mode, Israeli propaganda started claiming that Palestinians were murdered by stampeding. Then they got desperate and claimed that these people were killed by Hamas. You even have CNN and other Western media propagandists that claim that these Gazans were killed by the aid trucks. We live in the most propagandized country in the world. We either have the corporate media that is outright lying about the Flower Massacre, or we have headlines like these and many others that lie by omission. Here's the BBC reporting how there was over 100 killed at this food aid stop. Don't you think it's important to include in your headline who committed one of the worst massacres in modern human history? What does corporate media want us to believe, that these Gazans were killed by no one? The problem with this story is that you already had Israeli sources before the spin tell Reuters that they opened fire at the Gazans at the food aid stop. This is the extremely conservative, genocidal Wall Street Journal, who also explains how Israel opened fire at this crowd. Then we also have satellite images, we have on-the-ground witnesses, we have multiple investigations. Everything points that Israel has done it, but the corporate media try and pretend they don't know. Israel, by committing all these war crimes and massacres, are trying to redefine the rules of war, and they cannot be allowed to get away with it. Israel must be held accountable.
Hotspot, shout out to, I don't know who's, shout out to Nico House, shout out to Nick from RBN. That's just excellent. You tell me where it's wrong. I can't independently confirm, but there's a lot of evidence there. And we know in general what Israel's doing over there. MAGA supporting this is a cell phone, one of the greatest cell phones of a movement could ever have. You know why? Because the Israel and American governments would do the same thing to them.
Middle MAGA.